Looks like he didn't get the snap off in time. That'll cost him 5 yards. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Offense gets set up here. It's 3rd down. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the 1st down. Catch hauled in here over the middle. And he's wrapped up short of the marker there as the time runs down here in the 3rd quarter.
South Carolina, 21.
Down 1 possession in the 4th quarter, and the offense is going to try to convert here on 4th down. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. He's escaping the pocket now. And it's incomplete as the defense gets a big 4th down stop.
I think they're going to end up regretting going for this one, Chris. I wouldn't have gone for it. What's wrong with punting it away? Again, I get being aggressive, but you got to be smart on when to go for it and when to punt.
And here's the handoff. They get him down, but that's a solid gain.
That's a great way to start this drive after taking over in really good field position, working with the lead. Chance here for a knockout punch.
Longhorns are going to cash in here in the red zone. A pop pass on the jet sweep. They stop him, but it's a 1st down.
Yeah, to me, Chris, with this offense, it's almost an extension of their running game. You put the receiver out in motion, you flip the ball out to him, out to the outside, let him do what he does best, which is use his instincts, and he picks up a 1st down.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? And they'll keep it on the ground, trying to run some clock. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Great job by the running back is staying inbounds to continue to work that clock, working here in the 4th quarter with the lead. You got that defense getting closer and closer to their goal line. They are backed up, and they are desperate. They've got to make a play here. The offense just has to take care of the ball, a chance to really secure victory here.
Coming to the line on 2nd down, this is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Tailback takes the handoff again. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Crucial 3rd down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? Here comes a handoff. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns. We had a short field. The offense did exactly what they're supposed to. That would have been a big ask for the defense there.
Absolutely. But when you're given that kind of field position, anything less than a touchdown would be a disappointment. They did exactly what they needed to do by capitalizing on that short field.
And the point after is right down the middle. Kickoff teams come on the field now to send this one away. And here's the fair catch by the return man. And the South Carolina offense is back out on the field. Last time they gambled and lost. Went for it in 4th down in their territory and got stopped. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. And that pass rush has trapped him. It's a sack.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
From the 15-yard line, it's 2nd and long. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. And the pressure gets to him again.
And And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying the lead.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? There's the snap. He's looking to throw. And the clock winding down. They'll take a deep shot. And he's intercepted for the 4th time tonight. Going the other way, can they catch him? At the 20. Finally able to take him down, but that's a great return after the pick.
Oh, you feel terrible for this quarterback. He's played all year. He's trying to make a play, trying to force it into coverage because they need points at this point in the game to try to advance into the next round of the playoffs. Puts it into coverage, and that's probably going to do it.
They'll try the ground game here with the running back. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage.
Yeah, I like this call here late in the game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
Here comes a crucial 2nd down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. And the quarterback just kneels down. Well, that's a great performance in a pressure moment, but now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this is a new era. I mean, think about the weeks, the amount of games that these guys have been able to play, and to be able to accomplish this, to get to the national championship, that says everything about the endurance of this football team, both mentally and physically. And they get one more hurdle to see if they can become the national champs.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation. Welcome, everyone, to the ultimate game in the college football season. Everything has built to this, the battle for the national championship and college football immortality, a moment that every young football player grows up dreaming about. And these two teams have survived the expanded playoff grind. They have battled through a regular season, multiple playoff victories, all sorts of challenges and adversity, and they've arrived at this moment, the battle for that precious trophy. As we'll see the number 6 seed in this playoff, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on another SEC team, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. And this is it. 2 teams enter, 1 team leaves here as national champions. Let's get this going. The kickoff team is out there, and you can feel the energy. One game to determine the national championship. This one will be fair caught. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Keeping it on the ground here. They test the middle to get stuffed. That one goes nowhere.
They're just trying to establish the run. There's not much there. But give credit to that defensive line and those linebackers attacking the line of scrimmage to negate any chance at all.
Second down, we're going to throw it. Short connection to the tight end here. And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage.
We see this all over the country now in college football. Defensive backs staying back a little bit deeper, forcing the quarterback to have to throw things in front. I like the decision here by the quarterback because he gets positive yards. It's a good way of staying ahead of the chains.
Quick throw caught on the left side. They stop him at the 45, but that's good for a first down.
Well, I've always said I think this quarterback all year long has been able to be as consistent as any quarterback in the country. And when you get the third down, you've got to trust that he's going to make the right decision and throw an accurate ball to give you a chance at a first down. There's another example of it right there.
In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
In all of our prep work coming into this national championship, I really wondered how this secondary would hold up against this quarterback and this group of receivers. They better be ready to make some adjustments because right now, this quarterback is having his way with it.
They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. They don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well. Chris, what a play here by this receiver for a big game for Texas. And you think over the years with Texas going back decades, I always think about running backs and, of course, quarterbacks, but there have been some receivers, Roy Williams and Devin Duvernay, guys like that. There have been others, but man, plays like this is what you love to see. Kind of creating that new legacy for Texas of having elite receivers.
The Longhorns are going to take advantage of this red zone trap. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up third down.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Here comes the 8th play of the opening drive, but now it's third down. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. On third down, he drops to throw. He shreds the tackle. They've got him. Defense comes up with a sack.
Well, a lot of times when you see a sack like this, you got to give a lot of credit to the coverage downfield. I don't think the quarterback really felt good about anybody being open, so he held the ball just a little bit too long. It allows the defense to come up with the first sack of the game.
The attempt is no good. With that miss, the score remains the same.
Well, that's going to go possession for this offense. No points as he's off target. Now you can see he's hanging his head. Poor kicker.
First down here for this offense. Trying to find room. It's Bargava. Look at that. He's still going. He stopped him out at the 42. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield.
Chris, I don't know. There's just something about that Bama uniform. When they run the football, it just feels right. It's a combination of having those big offensive linemen, a really physical approach at the line of scrimmage, and backs that are able to pick up first downs like that right there. Beautiful play.
It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Caught quickly. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
You know, plays like this are what Alabama offense is all about. They run the football, and then they're efficient within their passing game. Think about it. They won a couple national championships with Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron by just being efficient and playing smart at the position and being a great complement to that running game in the defense.
They're going to run it. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
The game makes it 2nd and medium. There's the snap, looking to throw the ball. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. Good enough for first down yardage. That's a nice pickup there. They find some space in the zone and pick up the first down.
Yeah, really nice call here, Chris, to be able to pick up this first down on this drag route. The quarterback does a nice job of being patient, waiting for that window to open up in that zone, and he put it right on the money for the receiver to have a chance to not just catch it, but eventually get the first.
Tight end goes in motion before the snap. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Finding space at the 20. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Well, the scouting report on this running back was that he is an elite ball carrier, and he is proving to be that here early in this game. These first few carries, not only the strength, but the quickness and acceleration to get upfield and get positive yards on display.
And then first down, right back to the running game. Let's stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, this is what I love to see from the defense is the linebackers are scraping, doing their job, but you need help from the secondary. And when you have aggressive tacklers on the back end, you got a great defense. This time, the secondary makes the difference.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. And they get him down to wrap up the first period of play. First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this 3rd down. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
Long enough and good. It breaks the scorer's tie here, makes it 3-0.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. And the returner elects to fair catch it, no return. offense comes back out on the field. No doubt the last drive was deflating. They had to settle for a field goal attempt, but missed it. Now begin with a quick throw to the left. Here's the second down play. The linebacker shifting around now. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
On third and short, they try to pick it up on the ground. Lights off a defender. He's stopped, but he gets a first down.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. That wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and the run fits on that play.
Second down after that previous play. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Quick completion to the tight end. Oh, what a move. Goes right through the tackle. He's got room to run now.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
They'll run it here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill curve.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. You're right. He shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Play action fake, looking to throw. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag, doesn't get it. Brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Pressure is coming. Here's a screen pass to the running back. They never had a chance tackled in the backfield.
Well, these screen passes are all about timing. I really felt the offense looked like they tipped their hand. The defense started to kind of drift that way towards the screen, and by the time the running back catches the ball, there's just nowhere to go.
They're going for it. The offense needs 13 yards on this fourth down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Can't connect downfield, incomplete, and a turnover on downs.
I really thought that this was going to work out, showing an aggressive approach here, going for it on fourth down. Looked to be there, they just weren't able to complete it.
Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. No running, handed off to the running back. Powering through. And he will lose 10 yards on that carry. Good play by the defense.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Second and very long after a disastrous run on first down. Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
We've reached the 2-minute warning. We'll have to see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Solid gain on the running play. Third down now. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. And it's intercepted. Beautiful timing there. Not much on the return, but the takeaway sets up the offense at the 41.
It's third and long, so as an offensive coordinator, you can either play it conservative or trust your quarterback and take a shot downfield. They elect the latter, and it ends up backfiring.
They make the tackle, but the game moves the ball to the 28.
Everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But, man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
Picks up the first, looking for more. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Go with the toss play here to the left side. Let's give credit to the guys up front, the offensive line, center, guard, tackle. They seal the edge. But I love seeing the receivers' willingness to be a part of that and a good job of blocking downfield. Otherwise, that play cannot be spilled out of the backfield and into the open field. So everyone handled their responsibilities perfectly to pick up some nice yards.
Timeout called by the defense. They'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. That's their first timeout. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Back in motion now. Looking to scramble. Heavy pressure. He lets it go. And he throws the ball out of bounds. They're smart not to take a sack on that play. Brings up third down.
How about the defense's effort here? You're dealing with one of the more athletic quarterbacks in the country. Anytime he scrambles, you better have 3 or 4 guys pursuing the football. They do a good job of affecting his rhythm by pressuring him to the whistle.
And the runner takes off to his right. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And now the defense decides suspended timeout to regroup a bit. So now, here comes the field goal. So it'll be a chip shot from the right hash mark. And it's good, right down the middle. The game is now tied.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out.
Texas.
Turn starts inside the 15. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage.
The Alabama offense will take over first and 10.
Here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. This offense trying to bounce back. The last possession ended in a pick. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. They go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
Gain of 1. Second down coming up.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
About time this offense gets going. It's a first and 10. Back now goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down. They'll crank up the tempo here on second down. The time is running out. They'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Alabama getting set with a first and 10 coming up. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that run play. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Looking to pass this time. He's moving out of the pocket now. Tries to get loose in the scramble, but is brought down after a short gain. The offense calls a timeout here. That's their third and final of the half.
Timeout, Alabama.
So, with only a few seconds left in the half, out comes the field goal unit. Timeout is called by the defense. That's their first of the half.
Timeout, Texas.
So, with only a few seconds left in the half, the field goal unit comes out of the field. He made good on his last attempt, but this one is from 45 yards out. And it's no good. He missed it. So the second quarter of play, this game remains tied. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. Longhorns will kick this away to start the second half.
Kick this one away. Texas.
And that kick will just bound into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. Send the back in motion. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. And he'll loft this one deep to the left side. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Touchdown, Tide. That puts him on top in the second half.
Just how dangerous is this offense? Of course, you know about the receivers, those vertical shots, but here's an example. You get the ball to the running back out in space, takes it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown.
PAT puts him in front by 7.
That makes the score Alabama 10, Texas 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as he gets set to send this one away. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. The Longhorns offense takes the field. Kept out of the end zone last time, had to settle for a short field goal. Can they improve upon that here? He'll hand it off. The gain is 3 yards, so second and 7.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Caught way downfield for a huge gain.
Well, it doesn't take long to figure out what kind of adjustments they made at halftime. Here we are, the very first series to start the second half in the championship game, and they're taking shots downfield. They clearly see matchups they want to take advantage of.
In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
Longhorns looking to cap the drive here. It's first and goal. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. They'll try to run it in on first and goal. Stop at the line, still a few yards short for Pater.
You get to the national championship, Chris, you'd love to see more balance. They've not been able to run the football the entire game, putting everything on this quarterback in their passing game.
Trying for the end zone, running it right up the gut. Couldn't quite get there, brought down at the 2. The Longhorns come to the line to run the hurry up. They'll run here on third and goal. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Texas.
Well, when you have a big physical offensive line, you can wait to third and goal and rely on them and the running back to get you a touchdown.
He knocks through the PAT and ties the score here in the third period. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away.
Texas.
He'll call for the fair catch here. offense scores the defense with a lightning strike. A one-play touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if they can duplicate that magic here. Breaking free at the 35. Well, the big fella's Kirk flowing to the right there. The defense just has no answer. It's a huge gain.
Yeah, and what a patience there by the running back. Just allowing those blocks to be set up there off to the right. And then once he saw the crease in the defense, accelerates through that hole to show you what kind of speed he has for a big gain and a first down.
So just one play, and they're just shy of midfield now. Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Anytime you have a chance to get this wide receiver isolated and get the ball in his hands, you do it.
Important second down play coming up. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. And that pass is hauled in over the middle. You make the tackle, but that's an excellent gain. Moves the ball to the 33.
You know, Chris, you think about it, efficiency has always kind of been the description of a great Alabama quarterback. Man, think about the playmakers that they've had over the last few years at this position. Jalen, Tua, Bryce Young recently. Just a different level of quarterback play and really gives this offense an edge to it.
Quarterback looking to scramble.
He's tackled at the 31. That brings up second down.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. He'll hand it off. He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing that he's potentially capable of doing it.
Receiver in motion now. And there's the handoff. And that's a solid gain for the defense able to bring it down.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Alabama has now moved into the red zone. There's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up third down. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a fourth down.
Well, they decide to throw the ball here on third down and short. I really thought the easy thing is just run the quarterback or hand it off, pick up the first down, keep this drive alive, and get...
And it's blocked. The kick was low. It's picked up. It's a live ball here. The defense has it. Breaks clear over the middle. Can they catch him? Out past the 30. At the 10 now. No stopping him. Takes it all the way. Touchdown, Longhorns.
Number 7 takes it to the house.
Here comes the point after attempt.
Extra point.
PAT is good, so they're in front now, 17-10.
That makes the score Texas 17.
This kickoff Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back.
Number 15, set to kick off. Texas.
From inside the 15-yard line, bringing it out. Will be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there.
And the Alabama offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. Now, wasn't alert enough, didn't get the play off. That'll cost him 5 yards. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? From the gun, he looks for an open man. Lofting it toward the left sideline. That ball is incomplete. An aggressive deep shot on first down.
He's looking for that deep completion. I love the chunk play. I love the idea of being aggressive. They just come up empty.
Backs line up on either side of the quarterback. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Fires it to his target. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up.
Just a great play on the ball by the defensive back, getting a hand on it and tipping it up into the air. Boy, anytime you see a tip go up, often that defense is thinking interception. This one falls to the ground, but the next tip ball could be going the other way.
Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Lets it fly to the wideout. And he's got it. They'll stop him at the 34. That will be a first down.
Alabama 10.
Offense in a split backfield now. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. He's running out of time here. And the pass ball is incomplete.
Man, Chris, I don't know if that was a bad read by the quarterback or a bad route by the receiver. They got to get this cleaned up before the next time they go through the air.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Looking to chuck it again. Caught over the middle. It's Peters. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Well, playing with the lead, good job by this defense to keep the receiver in bounds. Try to keep that clock moving, trying to secure a victory.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. And the wideout goes in motion. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. And the play goes nowhere. Picked up about a yard, but it'll be 4th down. The offense goes 5 wide, empty backfield. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Oh, and it's It's incomplete. It's a turnover on downs. Crucial moment late in this game.
Man, I understand here. We're in a one-possession game, and you got a chance to potentially keep this drive alive and get points on the board. But to not come up with that conversion is a big gut punch to come up empty on that drive.
The tackle is made after a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6.
Well, this is where the offensive line can really assert their will and put on the finishing touches to this game. The defense, you can see them. They're breaking little by little right now. You make sure they break completely.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. Linebackers making some adjustments now. The pass rush closing in. He's got it near the end zone. They could not stop him. He's in. Touchdown, Texas. And a touchdown to the big tight end. We're seeing it more and more on Saturdays and Sundays, Kirk.
Well, the tight end saying, hey, guys, don't forget about me. Don't forget I'm a pretty good player, too. All the attention being put on the wide receivers out on the perimeter. It's going to make this defense have to focus on the interior, making sure where that tight end is and trying to slow him down.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. Extra point up and good. A 2-touchdown lead here now in the 4th quarter.
That makes the score Texas 24, Alabama 10.
Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back.
Texas.
And the returner decides to signal fair catch. Here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. The last possession, they came up empty, went for it on 4th down in their end and got stopped. First down, looking to throw the football. He's looking to scramble. Breaks loose at the 40. And the play is good enough for a first down. They'll move the ball to the 44. Alabama comes up to the line quickly.
These are the kind of plays that keep defensive coordinators up at night. You spend so much time putting your plan together to stop the pass, and then nobody accounts for the quarterback on a run.
No huddle now for the offense. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. He's going to take off here. He's found some room at the 45. It's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
This is just a great job of understanding situational awareness by this quarterback. Nobody's open downfield, so instead he decides to buy a little bit of time by scrambling, gets out of the pocket, and he gets to the sticks and just gets the first down.
Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete. Second down play coming up for this offense. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. And he dumps it off to the tight end. But a huge hit by the linebacker. What a tackle.
Well, I thought we'd see this tight end all game long within this game plan, but that's just his second catch of the game. The defense has done a nice job of being able to recognize where he is and take him out of this plan.
Catch made on the out route. And we'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
Hey, it's got to start somewhere. That's a nice conversion here on 3rd down. You got a long way to go, but maybe a little momentum here. Let's see what they can do coming off of that nice play.
Alabama getting set for the 1st and 10 now.
42 Spider. 4-2.
And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Looks like he's going to run it. And he'll step out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
That's what I love about this guy. Just getting good positive yards here and continue to just keep this drive alive.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. offense looking to throw the ball. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a third down. Offense sets up for play number 8 on this drive. In the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Going to try to use his legs here. And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the first down.
This is a deflating play for this defense on 3rd and short. Good coverage. They take away all the short routes, but the one person who wasn't accounted for is the quarterback. And he uses his legs to pick it up.
And he heads out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
I love that this guy's not willing to just give up on plays. You know, he's got enough athletic ability to give you some positive yards in the run game. He's able to do that right here.
2nd down here. Time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. The defender gets a hand in there to break the pass off.
Well, this is just an outstanding job by this defender being in phase against this receiver and being able to tip that ball away. He actually tips it up into the air. The offense catches a break, but that ball's not intercepted.
3rd down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. The D coordinator showing heavy blitz pre-snap. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. He went for it, and he gets it on the scramble. That is deflating for this defense. And that's the 2-minute warning here. This offense desperate to cut into this lead and then try to get the football back. Alabama's offense now lining up on 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. They finally corral him at the 1. They'll have to hurry now. 2nd down and the clock ticking. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. There's a run call on 3rd and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bama. Here we go, national championship game, 4th quarter. 1-possession game, Kirk. Let's see who's going to step up.
Well, the stakes can't get any bigger. The offense has done their job to give themselves a chance. But what about their opponent? What about the other side? How will they handle this pressure? Late in the game, they still have the lead. I want to see what their plan of attack is and how aggressive they might be willing to be.
Tight end goes in motion. They'll try to run this one in. And he is stopped short. The 2-point try fails. They can't cut this lead further.
That keeps the score. Texas, 20.
Getting set to kick the ball off now.
16.
He's going to try for a return from a couple yards deep in the end zone. He's brought down at the 12. That's his poor field position to start the drive. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. The defense has all 3 timeouts remaining, so maybe they'll have to run a couple plays here. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. Now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally. They can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Second down.
And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense.
Timeout.
Well, a lot of times you match up a wide receiver, you get a linebacker on him. You'd like to think that the wide receiver can shake him. But this linebacker is really athletic and is able to make plays in space.
And he'll drop back here on third down. But they don't connect. It's incomplete. And it brings up fourth down.
Chris, I just don't know about this call. I like the aggressive approach, but at this point, late in the game, playing with the lead, third down and long, maybe you run the ball. You don't have to work that clock. Continue to think about the big picture. Now you're facing fourth down and long, and I think you got to punt it away and hope the defense can secure a victory.
Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. Good effort by the return man. They get him down, but that's a solid gain on the return. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. Here we go. They need a touchdown. They got some time to work with here. They got to be precise and manage the clock wisely. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards and sets up a nice 2nd and 2.
You know, the good thing about this play is it's not an explosive play, but it really gives you a chance now to be able to pick up the first down here on this next play.
They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the mark, inches away.
Third down coming up.
Third down after that running play. Play action fake. Looking to throw. There's a shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Alabama.
Only fitting that this quarterback makes this throw here to give them a touchdown and a chance to tie it up in the national championship. Down to under 2 minutes to go. Come up with your best two-point play and see if we can get this game potentially into overtime.
So they get the important touchdown, but they need the two-point conversion to tie the game. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. And it's incomplete. The try fails. It would have tied the game. The margin is still 2 in the final minute.
Texas 24, Alabama 22.
So with just one timeout here, they're lined up to kick it off. Not going for the onside kick. Surprising. The offense will spend a timeout with 27 seconds remaining.
Timeout, Alabama.
Looks like they're lining up to attempt an onside kick.
Set to kick it away.
And the receiving team has recovered. Looks like the hands team did its job. So with the lead secure here, it's time to just take a knee, run out the clock, and plan the victory celebration. And that knee should do it. We have our national champions. They're the last team standing at the top of the mountain curve, national champions.
Well, it's been so much fun to watch this team play all year long. They've had some challenging moments. They've been able to overcome them. And how fitting, a close game in the national championship. They come through one more time. As you say, they hold the trophy. They are the national champions of the year.
Well, that's it. Dramatic punctuation to another outstanding season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. They are official